Next, you're going to grab your meat. I will be using ribs and ham as my meat. You're going to pour both of your meats out into a bowl, separate bowls. For the ribs, you are going to pour water into the bowl to cover the rib, and then you're going to grab some white vinegar, about 2 cupfuls, and just pour it in there. That's going to help to clean the meat. You want to have your meat clean. Next, you're going to grab your ham. You're going to take it out the bag. You're going to place it into your bowl. Cover it with water. What you want to do with the ham, or what I prefer to do, is just cut off most of the fat and cut the ham into small chunks. That way you don't get so much fat residue inside your bowl, and it's easier to eat that way. So cut your ham how you like your ham. I like my ham in small chunks. You do you. I'll do me. So you're going to let your meat sit inside those bowls for about 10 minutes. You should see some white stuff at the top of the ribs. That's just all the fat coming off the ribs. You're going to throw that water off and rinse the ribs off. Next, you're going to get your peas, and before you put it into the pot, you want to soak it in water for about 10 minutes, and then rinse that off, dump the water off, and throw it inside your crock pot. And you're going to let that sit for about 3 hours on low heat. Oh, I forgot. You need to add in chicken broth, and make sure it's chicken broth. You're going to use the whole carton of the chicken broth. Cover it up, let it sit for about 3 hours. After you let it sit for about 3 hours on low heat, what you're going to do is test it and make sure it's mushy. Do you see how easily that I can spin and turn that? That's how soft you want it. It's going to look like baby food. That is the texture that you want. After you get the mush, what you're going to do is you're going to start adding in onions, celery, and then your meat, and you're just going to mix that up into one to make sure the meat gets coated with the puree. Let's not say mush anymore, let's say puree. Make sure your meat gets coated with the puree that we are mixing now. After you add your meat in and you get it just about coated, you are going to cover it up, and then you're going to let that sit for about 4 hours on high, maybe 3.5, depending on how tender you want the meat. I wanted my ribs really, really tender. So this is just me now trying it out. I wasn't sure it was going to come out because it was my first time trying the recipe, and I was pleasantly surprised. I was like, oh my gosh. I even let my plumber taste it, and he was like, this tastes good. So, you know, I was over the moon. Anyway, pleasant surprise. Yeah? Let me know if you were surprised by this. I will say that it was a touch pepper. So if you're afraid of pepper, then you should cut back a little on the pepper. But other than that, I think it came out great. Let me know if you tried the recipe.